all our early childhood educators, families, and community partners. Welcome to our inaugural Early Childhood Celebrations. I'm Angela.
And I'm Yin Yin. This is the first ever celebration combining three iconic events: the ECDA Awards, the Spark Ceremony, and the Start Small, Dream Big finale. Thank you for joining us this morning.
And how are you all this morning? Let's try it one more time. How are you all this morning? Yes, it's so good to connect with friends and families, after a hiatus of 3 years. Well, all of you, the EC sector has labored so hard in the last few years to manage COVID, and we are certainly keen to come together again.
This year, we have our audience at the Suntec City Convention Center, as well as our online audience viewing the live stream as we speak. It is heartening to see such an overwhelming response to this event. Well, first things first. Did you know that you don't have to go far for a smile? It's just above your chin. Let's turn to the person on your right and on your left and give them a smile and perhaps say a hello. Well, now that we have livened our moods, how about we use our clappers, continue to use our clappers to say a big cheery hello to our online supporters. Wonderful. And you know what again? Our online supporters have also sent in their cheers. Let's hear it from them. Well done. Do continue to show your support to our recipients and partners by posting your heartfelt wishes on the online congratulatory board. To our Suntec audience, you can scan the QR code on the screen and to access the congratulatory board or access the website at www.ecc2022.com to post your messages. To all our online audience, use the chat box to say hello or post messages to your fellow educators, friends, and family. We will be having a lucky draw during the program, so stay tuned. For this, you would need to retrieve your confirmation ID from your registration confirmation email.
We will now begin our program. It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Tan Chee, Chief Executive, Early Childhood Development Agency, to give his welcome remarks. CE, please.
Ms. Sun Xueling, Minister of State for Social and Family Development and Home Affairs, Center leaders and EC educators, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to everyone. It brings me great joy to be able to meet so many of you in person and join many more virtually at this inaugural Early Childhood Celebrations. Since I took over as Chief Executive at the Early Childhood Development Agency about a year ago. Over the past 2 years, COVID-19 has disrupted our everyday lives and posed unprecedented challenges to preschool operations. Throughout this pandemic, all of you have risen to the occasion with great resilience, tenacity, and innovation. You kept our centers open to provide families with essential preschool services. Without any precedents, you planned and executed home-based learning while implementing the the evolving safe management measures to keep our children safe. As the saying goes, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I want to say a big thank you to all our EC educators for your tireless dedication and hard work, and for standing together as a fraternity to overcome the many challenges during these difficult years. Let's give all of you a big round of applause. From 2013 to 2019, the Early Childhood Conference was organized physically every year to bring the sector together, to deepen early childhood knowledge, share experience, and celebrate achievements. Although a physical conference was not possible in the last 2 years, ECDA harnessed technology to organize virtual events for the sector. As we move towards post-pandemic normalcy, ECDA is shifting back to physical events. However, we will continue to leverage technology to effect hybrid modalities so that more educators can participate in these events. I also note our sector has evolved over the past few years with many more professional development opportunities for our educators. With these considerations, I'm happy to share that starting this year, ECDA will organize early childhood celebrations and early childhood celebrations and conference in alternate years in place of an annual early childhood conference. This year's early childhood celebrations is a celebratory event combining 3 key events, namely ECDA Awards, the Spark Certificate Presentation Ceremony, and the Start Small, Dream Big finale. Next year, we will include a conference element in the event, with more time to curate conference themes and speakers. All of you can look forward to a more meaningful and engaging conference every other year. As we strive to make preschool more affordable and accessible, it's important we continue to raise the quality of preschool education and work with families and our community to support our children's learning, social, and emotional needs. Early childhood celebrations offer a good opportunity for the EC sector to celebrate our achievements in professional excellence, quality standards, and home preschool community partnerships. I hope this event will remind us of our common purpose to give every child a good start in life, as well as the important roles operators, educators, parents, and community partners play in the lives of our children. It takes a village to raise a child. This is possible only with a strong commitment and collaboration from all stakeholders. Early childhood celebrations also serve as a call for all EC educators to reflect on your growth, renew your passion, and above all, inspire more to pursue professional excellence. The theme of this year's early childhood celebrations is Celebrating as One, Together We Soar. Today, we come together as one fraternity to celebrate the achievements of the EC sector through ECDA Awards, Spark Certification Presentation Ceremony, and Start Small, Dream Big finale. I'm glad to share these 3 programs has grown from strength to strength. This year, ECDA Awards is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Over the years, we have more than 200 award winners who have excelled in their programs, teaching and learning, and as well as innovative practices. More than 50% of preschools are now Spark certified, a 2-fold increase from the situation in 2015. The Start Small, Dream Big movement has also grown significantly from 8,000 children participating in 2015 to over 75,000 children today. To our ECDA award winners and Spark certified preschools, thank you for upholding professional excellence and quality standards of early childhood care and education. The accolade is a testament of your hard work, dedication, and commitment. To our preschools, parents, and community partners involved in the Start Small Dream Big movement, you have played a vital role in empowering our children to give back to society. Many thanks for giving our young ones the opportunity to learn about giving and caring, and instilling in them positive values such as kindness, respect, and empathy. Children are at the heart of all we do. As we celebrate the many achievements today, let's soar together as one unified sector to give every child the best possible start in life, regardless of their background and ability. I wish all of you an enjoyable event this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, CE. Thank you for your encouraging words. As all early childhood educators would agree, children are the main focus of our efforts.
We asked some children to share their thoughts about preschool and what it means to have a good start for every child. Let's find out what they have to say.
I play with my friends. I like to play all day long. I learn about kangaroos. Play hide and seek. Go outside and look for snail. I play football with my friends. I like to draw cheetahs because they're fast. We can draw together. We can do craft. I like music classes in school. We get to sing, play, and dance. By having people is to share toys with them. When my friend is sad, I will give them a hug. Cheer them up by doing chicken dance. Chicken dance. Pick them up when they fall down. And make funny faces. If they cough, I give them a tissue. I like to help my teacher. I help the teachers by moving their buckets. Last time I just washed my bowl for my mommy. My favorite teacher is Mr. Lin. I like Yang Lao Shi. I like Wang Lao Shi. My favorite teacher is Miss Wan. She's a Marine. Wang Lao Shi because can speak Chinese. Miss Huda because I always like the dress she wears. I like Teacher Nadia because she takes care of me in school. I don't know. Do you know what's a good starting? I don't know. I don't know. We do good. Getting happy food. Eating breakfast. McDonald's breakfast. Sausage. Let them eat a lot of food. Pooping. Eating breakfast. Stop pooping. I brush my teeth. A good start is when you learn. A good start is to go to school.
What endearing and honest responses, yet they reflect the issues the EC community cares about very much.
That is so true, Angela. More importantly, they remind us that children are the focus of all that we do. They motivate us to work together to give every child a good start in life. Indeed, this is one of our government's key mission as well as that of the EC sectors. Mr. Masagos Zulkifli, Minister for Social and Family Development, is unable to join us in person this morning due to a work trip. He has recorded a special message for us. Let's hear from him.
Good morning. I hope all of you are having a good time at the inaugural Early Childhood celebrations. While I may not be here in person due to a work trip, I want to convey my heartfelt appreciation to all our preschools and educators and celebrate your achievements. Let me first thank our educators gathered today, those who are in person and those who are online. Your dedication and hard work to nurture our children and keep them safe in our preschools during the pandemic and now living with COVID-19 have been truly remarkable. Today, we celebrate the achievements of our educators, preschools, and the home center community partnerships in the early childhood sector. Congratulations to all ECDA award winners, Spark Centers, and partners of the Start Small, Dream Big movements. Kudos to all of you for your commitment to keeping children at the heart of all that we do. Preschools and educators play an important role in providing quality care and education for our children. Through your efforts, you support families, the bedrock of our society. As educators, your provision of care and education give parents the assurance that their children are well taken care of. You work closely with parents to equip our children with the skills and dispositions to develop holistically and thrive. In this way, preschools create a supportive environment for families to thrive and flourish, building a Singapore made for families. As educators, you also work hard to support children from disadvantaged backgrounds, in close partnerships with parents and the community, so that they too can have a good start in life, learning alongside their peers and going on to thrive. As part of the Forward Singapore exercise, we will discuss and review how to address the gaps that remain for certain families and their children, so every child can have a good start, regardless of background and ability. I'm glad that many Singaporeans recognize the importance of early childhood education. Preschool enrollment has been increasing, with almost 9 in 10 children aged 3 to 4 enrolled in preschool today. The government has taken decisive steps to provide every child with access to affordable and quality preschool education. Last year, we spent $1.8 billion on early childhood education, and we expect to double this spending over the next few years. To meet the growing demand for preschool, we have more than doubled the number of full-day preschool places in the past decade. Today, there are over 200,000 preschool places, enough to accommodate every resident child aged 3 and above. We continue to expand the number of places in government-supported preschools, with more than 60% of children able to have a place at present. We are on track to reach 80% by 2025. We also continue to drive quality improvements in the sector. We updated the EC Skills Framework, introduced the Continuing Professional Development Roadmap, and enhanced leadership training. We are refreshing our preschool learning and development frameworks to keep them up to date with the latest research and practices. And we launched the updated Nurturing Early Learners Curriculum Framework for children aged 4 to 6 in just a few days' time. The progress attained in the EC sector would not be possible without our educators and leaders. Our EC fraternity is now over 23,000 educators strong, and each one of you plays a critical role in driving the quality of early childhood care and education for our children. To support preschool expansion, we require over 3,500 more educators by 2025. The demands on EC educators have become greater and more complex, requiring a wider range of competencies and deeper skills. For instance, as we enhance inclusion in preschools, our educators need to acquire new skill sets to manage a classroom of diverse learners, including those with additional needs. Besides teaching and caring for children in their classroom, educators also need to work more closely with parents and community partners to foster children's growth and learning at home and in the community, supporting the holistic development of our children. Educators' salaries have risen in tandem with the larger job responsibilities and deeper skills requirements. The average salaries for educators in government-supported preschools have increased by around 20% from 2018 to 2021, outpacing that of the general market, but more needs to be done to ensure educators' salaries commensurate with their increasing contributions and professional skills. As such, we will work closely with government-supported preschools to raise EC educators' salaries over the next 2 years. First, we will raise the starting salaries for fresh EC diploma graduates joining anchor operators from about $2,600 today to at least $2,800 in 2023. Second, EC educators and leaders working in government-supported preschools can expect a 10 to 30% increase in their monthly gross salaries over the next 2 years. Better performers will receive larger increases. This is a significant move to allow preschools to better attract and retain talent, to support the sector's continued growth in the coming years. Educators must take charge of your own professional developments, growing in skills and competencies, as well as taking on larger and more complex job roles, will in turn enhance career and salary prospects. The anchor operators have put in place structured development programs to support the growth and development of their educators and leaders. ECDA will continue to support educators and leaders from non-anchor operators in their development through the Professional Development Program. With the increase in educators' salaries, some parents may be concerned that this will cause preschool fees to increase, especially as inflation rises. Parents need not worry. We will ensure that the government-supported preschools become even more affordable. As announced in 2019, our target is to lower full-day childcare fees at government-supported preschools such that before means-tested subsidies, dual-income families would pay around primary school fees plus after-school student care fees. In 2021, we lowered fee caps at partner operators towards this target. In other words, partner operators cannot charge fees exceeding this cap. Despite the rising cost of preschool services, parents have benefited from these fee caps at government-supported preschools, which are enabled by substantial government funding to anchor and partner operators. We will take another step towards our target next year. Fee caps at government-supported preschool will be lowered further from January 2023. Fee caps for full-day childcare and infant care at anchor and partner operators will be lowered by $40, while the kindergarten fee cap will be lowered by $10. Around 100,000 Singaporean children will benefit. This demonstrates government's continued commitment to ensuring affordable preschool education. To meet the continued strong demand for preschool, ECDA will also work closely with anchor operators to create 22,000 more full-day preschool places over the next 2 years. Most will be in new estates where young families are concentrated. About 2,800 and 4,400 places will be set aside for infant care and playgroup programs respectively. Together, these moves further contribute to a supportive environment for families, where families can access preschool education for their children and be assured of their affordability and quality. Educators are the hearts of quality preschool education. We recognize that attracting and retaining talents within the sector goes beyond ensuring fair and competitive salaries. It's important we take good care of our educators so that you can sustain meaning and motivation in what you do and be the best teacher to the young children under your charge. Over the past few weeks, we conducted a poll with centers and spoke with some of you to better understand your experience and perspective as educators. I'm heartened to know that many of you find meaning, fulfillment, and joy in watching young children grow and develop under your care. While your job is meaningful, we also recognize the challenges in your day-to-day work. I would like to take this opportunity to share a few findings. Some said that it was challenging to spend enough time with your loved ones as you had to work after hours or on weekends. Others expressed that you did not feel adequately recognized as a professional or for your efforts in nurturing our children. Many of you also pointed out that you found yourself having to manage competing demands from children, parents, other colleagues, and even ECDA. We hear you. In the coming month, we will engage operators, educators, and parents to co-develop solutions to improve educators' well-being and working conditions. Ideas include reviewing the requirement for centers to operate on Saturdays for better work-life balance and increasing non-contact time to allow for personal respite and professional reflection. We'll also explore growing a pool of relief staff to better enable you to take leave to attend to your family and personal needs. Centers, parents, and educators have different needs. We will need everyone's support and understanding as we review the ideas and find ways to address and balance these needs. For example, operators and preschool leaders will need to be committed to providing non-contact time for educators and making covering arrangements for staff who need to take leave. Parents who tap on Saturday preschool services today will have to make alternative arrangements if centers do not open on Saturdays. Educators will also need to balance your time well for self-care and honing your professional practice so you can continue to serve with passion by developing and applying new skills and competencies. These will in turn help our children learn and develop better. We hope to share the outcomes of the engagements by the middle of next year. Everyone has a part to play in making preschools a better place for our educators to work in. Even as we co-create new solutions, there are a few things we can already start doing today. Operators and preschool leaders set the tone for a positive work culture. We have gathered ideas from the sector and developed a new HR Good Practices Guide for operators and preschool leaders to help manage educators' workload and create a more positive and supportive working environment. I hope our preschools will leverage this guide to put in place good HR practices. Lastly, I wish to encourage parents to show more appreciation for our EC educators. It goes a long way in motivating our educators to do their best for our children. One educator we spoke with said that she wished to see happy parents, happy teachers. It's also my sincere wish, and I hope parents wish to see happy teachers, happy children. To conclude, the government is committed to enhancing access to affordable quality preschool to build a Singapore made for families. We will continue to invest in early childhood education, building on the progress achieved thus far to give every child a good start in life. To all our educators, we are committed to supporting you as you continue the good work in partnering with families and the community to nurture and support our children. You are making a real difference in our children's lives. We value you and will continue to support you. Once again, congratulations to all ECDA Awards winners and centers who have achieved Spark certification and commendation. I wish you an enjoyable celebration ahead.
Thank you, Minister. Well, wonderful news. Come on, a show of hands. Well, all of you can certainly look to some exciting times and months to come. It's fantastic, Inian.
Yes, indeed, Angela.
Okay, are you ready?
I see some children over there talking to teacher Jasmine. What are they talking about?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Hello, children. What did you learn in preschool today? Whoa. One at a time. All right. Rian, what did you learn in preschool today?
We learned about dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Hang on a second. Can we hear you? Yes, we can. Say it one more time. What did we learn about?
We learned about dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Can you tell us more about dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs are the only animals that are extinct.
Extinct? Oh, what does that mean? What does it mean?
Extinct means you cannot see them forever.
Oh, that's really sad. Ooh. All right, hello? Hello? All right, and how about you, Cora? Cora, what did you learn in preschool today?
We learned about amphibians.
Amphibians? What are amphibians?
Amphibians are the only type of group that go through metamorphosis.
What?
Metamorphosis.
Can your friends show us what is metamorphosis?
From a little tadpole, grow legs, shorten your tail, and then you become a froggy.
Oh, so that's what metamorphosis is. And who taught you about metamorphosis?
Teacher Myra.
And who taught you about amphibians?
Teacher Humaira.
Again? I thought it was Liu Lao Shi. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing what you've learned in preschool. Now here we have all these teachers who are watching you. What would you like to say to them as loud as you can? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for teaching us. We love you.
Thank you.
So loud. I can't even hear.
Well said, children.
Yeah.
EC educators do make an impact on our children's holistic development. You are indeed the heart of quality preschool education.
Every year we present the ECDA Awards to
there a reason why
recognize
the
educators
microphones
and
didn't work?
centers for their professional excellence.
Okay.
Well, this year
I'm
is
not sure
even
what
more
happened 'cause I turned it
special.
on, turned
We
everything on.
celebrate 10
You
years
could
of
hear
the
me, right?
ECDA
I could
Awards.
hear them.
Since 2013, we have recognized over 200 educators, leaders, and preschools. We are growing a legacy of excellence.
Join us now as we take a trip down memory lane of the last 10 years. Please note that the montage and videos were taken with the prevailing safe management measures at the time of filming.
This is a story, a decade in the making. We started with 5 award categories, 29 winners, and one important vision, a good start for every child. This is a story where big hearts nurtured growing minds.
So this one is the... Maybe you want to share with us how they did the steps and the things like that.
So the steps are...
Where we went beyond teaching
High five. I like how colorful your structure is. Can you tell me what you built?
to sharing and learning from each other. This is a story of challenges. Where plans didn't always work out.
Queen, you're really not gonna write?
Of the dots we didn't quite connect. But there's always something worth striving for. This is your story. Of how you turned a job into a career. And a career into a calling. You believed in the potential of each child.
Your turn. How was school? Good.
And saw each mind as a fire to be kindled, a passion to be sparked. A decade on, some things have changed. New award categories. More than 200 winners. But some things will always remain the same. Commitment, passion, professionalism, and our one vision, a good start for every child. This is our story, and together we will write the next chapter.
Building on these 10 years of excellence, we now begin the 2022 ECDA Awards ceremony. May we invite our host, Ms. Sun Xueling, Minister of State for Social and Family Development and Home Affairs, and CE on stage for the awards ceremony. MOS and CE, please. We would now like to invite two groups of educators on stage to take a photo with MOS and CE. Firstly, our finalists, and secondly, the promising award recipients for 2022. Our award finalists are deserving candidates who were shortlisted by judges during the assessment process, and we would like to recognize their good work. We now invite our 11 award finalists on stage to take their positions while we play a photo montage.
We now move to our next group, winners of the Promising Awards. The Promising Awards recognize EC educators who show strong potential in the initial years of their professional journey. We now invite the 6 Promising Award winners on stage to take their positions while the montage is being played.
Thank you, recipients. Thank you. MOS and CE, please remain on stage. Thank you. Our next category is the Commendation Award. The Commendation Award recognizes educators, leaders, and centers that have displayed commendable teaching and learning practices. We now invite our 4 Commendation Award winners on stage to take their positions while we play the montage.
Next, we have the Early Childhood Innovation Awards. This award recognizes centers' efforts to nurture an innovative culture through their programs and pedagogical practices. We now invite our 11 winners on stage while the montage is being played. Thank you, recipients. We will now move on to the Pinnacle Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Outstanding Awards recognize the achievements and accomplishments of educators, leaders, and preschools in their work with children, families, and the community. Our 6 individual award winners and 2 preschools have undergone rigorous assessment by a panel of judges from key early childhood institutions and are found to be outstanding in their practice. We will now invite each recipient up on stage for the Outstanding Award. 2 preschools have clinched the Outstanding Center for Teaching and Learning Award. In no order of merit, we present to you Odyssey, the Global Preschool, Still Road.
Hello, I am Emma. I learned how to make muffins. I took blueberry and chocolate chips for my muffin. It was yummy. I like to stir the batter with my hands.
So the centre has specialised rooms for children to engage in curriculum experiences that are beyond the classroom. So one of these spaces is the La Cucina. So at the La Cucina, what children do is to come up with their own creations because they have access to a lot of ingredients and resources there. So the environment is the third teacher in a child's learning. Learning spaces are specially designed within a classroom to support the children's learning. We equip these spaces with multisensorial resources such as light blocks and loose parts. Children are motivated to learn and explore independently. We want to make the Odyssey journey an exciting and dynamic one where discoveries are made at every corner. To us, that is the key to nurturing independent and confident learners.
I was pleasantly surprised when I first saw the centre's environment. Thank you, Odyssey, for an amazing environment, and to the teachers for a wonderful learning experience. My child is certainly thriving. Congratulations on the award.
I like La Cucina and the other special rooms. School is very fun.
Thank you, Odyssey.
Thank you, Odyssey, the Global Preschool, and congratulations.
The next preschool which won the Outstanding Center for Teaching and Learning Award is My First School at 51 Fernvale Link.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. I like to play with the shell and add water to pretend I'm cooking. Last time I found a big leaf in the garden and I use it as a plate.
Our outdoor learning complements our centre's programs to enhance our children's active learning through hands-on experiences. We created the Mud Kitchen for children to explore and play with natural elements like water and mud. Such hands-on opportunities stimulate young children's thinking. When the children share the space, they learn to communicate, socialize, and cooperate with one another.
My friends cut the stone and I cook it. Sometimes my teacher pretends to be my customer.
We want to build a culture based on respectful, responsive, and reciprocal interactions which will go beyond the school and to the community. We also engage parents in their child's learning. They also provide us with rich insights that deepen our understanding of their child. We want the children to have holistic learning experiences, meaningful relationships, and a joyful childhood.
Caitlin always comes home excited to tell me what she did with her friends and teachers that day. It's heartening to see her enjoy school so much. Thank you, My First School.
I like going to school because there's so much fun things to do. Thank you, teachers. Bye-bye.
Thank you, My First School, and congratulations.
We now present to you the Outstanding Preschool Educator Award, Ms. Chang Jun-nan from Agape Little Uni at Thompson.
Hello, I'm Alexis. I like going to the garden with Zhang Lao Shi. I plant a seed in the garden.
我们的生态花园啊，是一个孩子们能亲身探究的环境。孩子们在这里可以观察和探索自然世界，提出问题并找到答案。
There are many plants in the garden. My favorite plant is the sunflower because I like yellow. Zhang Lao Shi said we must water the plants every day so it will grow healthily.
每个孩子都有其独特的思维方式。有一个孩子，他种的不是种子，而是石头和木片。与其直接告诉他这是错的，不如鼓励他去做出不同的尝试，引导他自己找到答案，反而会更有益。在我引导我的孩子去解决问题的时候，我会希望他们可以通过我的言传身教，成为一个不轻言放弃的人，以及一个善于团结一切力量的人。
From the day that Jinan joined Agape, she has always been a driven and nurturing learner who cares deeply about every child. Great job, Jinan.
Thank you, Zhang Lao Shi.
Thank you, Ms. Chung, and congratulations.
We have two winners for the Outstanding Early Intervention Professional Award. In no order of merit, we have Ms. Naomi Lee Shi-en from the Rainbow Center Early Intervention Program, Margaret Drive.
Hi, I'm Dorothy. I'm Nathan's mummy. Nathan just turned 2 and he has Down syndrome. Nathan has worked with Naomi since he was 3 months old. Naomi adapts to his needs and considers his preferences. She uses fun ways to engage Nathan so that he can learn, develop, and express himself comfortably.
I make it a point to be positive with anyone who interacts with me. I once worked with a family to build their trust in the early intervention for their son. It was a challenging journey with slow progress, but I make sure to treat every slight movement or a word as something worth cheering for.
She uses daily situations which are natural for Nathan to relate to. Nathan developed a sudden dislike for water. What Naomi did was to develop a game using his bathtub. She filled it with water and toys and encouraged Nathan to join her in the play. Seeing how this playful experience helped Nathan overcome his fear, I was very touched and grateful.
I celebrate every progress, big and small, so that the child feels confident and knows that he or she matters. It helps parents to see that every step is crucial in this journey and that we are all in it together.
Without a doubt, Naomi plays a vital role in their development. Thank you, Naomi.
Whatever that Naomi does, she does it from her heart. On behalf of all the children under her care and their parents, congratulations on the award, Naomi.
Thank you, Ms. Naomi. Congratulations.
Next, we have Mr. Cheng Sun Thiam from Fei Yue Early Intervention Program for Infants and Children.
我是100本老师，用iPad 看图片。
I improvise my teaching materials based on where the child is at developmentally. For example, when I incorporate the picture exchange communication system into our lesson plans, it helps the child to better communicate their thoughts and needs with the teachers. I find that it's important to let the child take the lead and go at their own pace. We want to help them develop the skills to make choices confidently, so we teach them by giving them options, starting with something simple like choosing between a red pen or a blue one, eventually progressing to a more complex decisions.
他教我 ABC， 我会写名字。
Guiding and supporting the parents and the ones around them is an important part of the journey. Being an advocate for the child, I want to help them believe that there's a path for the child to find their own success in the future.
Mr. Thiam gave me a hopeful perspective of my child's educational journey. He's helped us cope a better support my child. He's extremely special with Eva, and I can see that he truly cares for her. Thank you for all that what you have done.
Thank you, 鲁班老师。
Thank you, Mr. Cheng, and congratulations.
In the Outstanding Early Childhood Leaders Award category, we have two winners. In no order of merit, we have Miss Yusliza Yuso from the Children's Cove Preschool.
Hello, my name is Ira. I like art class because I can decorate my classroom. We made animal lantern, and my teacher said we can use anything we like.
My teachers and I believe that art serves as a powerful language for children to communicate their thoughts, ideas, feelings, creativity, and imagination. I'll challenge my teachers to think of innovative ways to use resources and materials to enrich the children's learning. Creative thinking often begins with asking questions. At our weekly staff meetings, teachers would share their inspiration behind the ideas, while others would build on this by asking questions. As a leader, I do my best to nurture a culture of sharing and learning.
I love Liza's willingness to reach out and her sincerity in listening. I remember a time when Liza wanted to create a special experience for her graduating K2 children, something that the children can always look back fondly and cherish the moments of their kindergarten years. She had many discussions with me and the teachers. She even talked to parents to get their input. It was a heartwarming event which we always will remember, including the children.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Congratulations.
Next, we have Miss Ainul Farhana Binte Mohammed Basruddin, My First School at 2 Punggol Drive.
Hello, I'm Ethan. Miss Ainul tells us many stories. It's a story of kindness. The witch take off the fruits. We teach them to become kind.
As a leader, it is important to provide creative platforms such as professional dialogue sessions. Teachers can acquire new teaching strategies and share ideas to sustain children's curiosity about the world around them. One strategy I use is to bring stories to life through dramatization. For example, I play the character of a witch in a story I wrote and encourage the children to come up with creative solutions to teach the witch to be kind. Learning becomes fun for children and creates opportunities for decision-making and problem-solving.
We made a kindness garden with our teacher. I learned to be kind. I can share my toys and press the leave button for my neighbors.
I also take the opportunity to model behaviors and skills to support my teachers in their teaching practices. This nurtures our center's culture when we learn, share, and flourish together.
Ainul is an inspirational leader whose door is always open. She is nurturing and inspires all of us to put the children's needs first. Thank you, Ainul, and congratulations on the award.
Thank you, Miss Ainul.
Thank you, Ms. Ainul, and congratulations.
For the final award, the Outstanding Early Years Educator Award, we present to you Ms. Nie Bing from the Ascension Kindergartens.
Hi, I'm Carl. I love Nie Lao Si because she teaches me many songs in school. We sing songs while queuing up and eating.
由于3岁以下的幼儿还在学习如何表达，音乐是一个能够激发他们的兴趣，并鼓励他们更自信地表达自己的好方法。在他们这个年龄，为性格发展奠定基础十分重要。他们能通过音乐以有趣的方式培养独立性、好奇心和探索精神。
I learned many things in school, washing hands and lining up and eating. When I learn the song and then I tell Mama and then she is happy.
Nie Bing has good pedagogical knowledge deeply rooted in the Chinese culture. She takes care to impart her knowledge to the child while working closely with parents to enjoy Chinese in all aspects of life. Congratulations, Nie Bing.
谢谢你老师 This song is for you 窗面铺着小处处闻啼鸟夜来风雨声花落知多少
Thank you, Ms. Niebing, and congratulations to all our outstanding award recipients.
Thank you, MOS and CE. We have now come to the end of the ECDA Awards presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, our host, Ms. Soon, will now take her leave. Thank you, MOS, for gracing the occasion.
Audience, do continue to post your messages on the congratulatory board. You can scan the QR code or access it on the ECC 2022 website.
Inin, in addition to teacher quality and innovation, I'm wondering, what else makes a preschool special?
Well, Angela, there are several aspects, but I'm sure the children cannot wait to tell us what makes their preschool special. Let's hear from them.
We love our playground. Every Wednesday. We slide down. And when we're outdoors, we love to play. We love our preschool. It's where we stay. Oh, we love our preschool. This is our safety pop. We ride tricycles until it gets dark. Even when it rains, we're covered with shade. We love our preschool, where dreams are made. Good job. Oh, hi, Mrs. Rashida. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much for joining us. The
Thank
children
you.
and I were just singing about their favorite activities that they like to do here in their school. So, as a parent, what do you look for in a preschool?
Well, I look for a preschool that has good leadership and a vibrant learning environment. The school must be able to ignite my child's sense of wonder and curiosity and let them learn to play and exploration. The teachers should also know my child well, understand her social, emotional, and learning needs. But of course, I think the most important thing is a good relationship with all the teachers. It's very important to me.
I see. Well, actually, Mrs. Rashida, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Everything that you've described are key areas that we try to develop through the Singapore Preschool Accreditation Framework, or SPARKS for short. But what is SPARK? Let's find out.
Spark is all about quality processes, practices, and programs. This morning, we are pleased to have two center leaders to share with us their center's quality journey through Spark. Ms. Elizabeth Paul and Ms. Jasmine Chua, whose centers have attained Spark certification with Commendation, will share on why they embarked on Spark, what are the benefits and challenges faced, and how quality improvement is sustained. Let's welcome them.
Good morning. I'm Elizabeth, Principal of PreCF Sparkletots Preschool at Punggol, Shaw.
And I am Jasmine, Principal of Agape Little Uni at Gambas. My center was established in 2019 and Spark was new to my team. We decided to go for the Spark accreditation because that would give us the assurance that we were on the right track. We wanted to do well in Spark, but sometimes we were not sure whether we were on the right track. Hence, we were fortunate to be guided by the quality rating scale. The QRS brings to our attention many aspects of a quality preschool: curriculum, leadership, and collaboration with parents and the community. And when we managed to get Spark accreditation with Commendation, our team was so happy. And most importantly, it helped me to put in robust processes in my center and also helped our teachers be conscious of quality.
I understand your experience, Jasmine. My center's first assessment 6 years ago was like yours. How anxious we were. But the process taught us the different aspects of a quality preschool. It helped us to put in place the processes to ensure good practices in these areas. When my center was converted to an early year center, we had to undergo another Spark assessment to maintain our quality mark. The extension of the QRS to include the 0 to 3 years was most useful to us. It helped my teachers to understand how they can provide quality learning experiences for infants and toddlers. Together, we built upon the processes that we had previously put in place. But we were still worried whether our preparation was good enough. Fortunately, our hard work paid off. We have progressed from a certification to a Commendation center.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. But I'm sure that you all agree that the Spark journey, while rewarding, does have its challenges. And for me, it would be the buy-in of my teachers and to help them to understand the intent of the QRS. Teachers all want to provide quality and joyful experiences for the children, and we turn to the QRS to make their ideas for joyful learning come to life. It also helped that my center had teacher champions to encourage and try out new ideas. This resulted in many ground-up initiatives that were better embraced by all our teachers. And then Spark certification just became an exercise to help us put all these practices into place.
Indeed, teachers feel stretched as they have many roles and duties. Often we hear their concerns about getting ready the relevant documents for the assessment. However, I tell my teachers that documents like lesson plans and observations of children are already part of the work that we do every day. These documents serve as resources that could be shared with one another and passed to our new colleagues, thereby sustaining the processes that we had previously put in place. The journey also bonded us as we worked towards a common goal.
For me, attaining Spark Commendation with my teachers was a milestone, but we definitely believe that the quality journey should continue and we should always strive to do things better. The Spark framework advocates for an innovative spirit and partnership. And in my center, my team wanted to try out a new idea whereby we would use art as a medium to help children express their feelings and thoughts. We then partnered a local artist, and this helped us to create a wonderful term of activities for the children and parents. And I'm so glad this innovative spirit and partnership has continued to live on in my center.
That's great, Jasmine. The quality journey continues at my center after the assessment too. With the feedback from our assessors, we have looked into how we can better support the social and emotional development of our children. We partnered our parents on this, and it helps them to relate to their children better.
Indeed, Spark is only the first step, and it helps us to reflect and review all our processes to make quality cycles of improvement.
And most importantly, we must not lose sight that children are at the heart of all that we do. It is for them we continue to strive for greater excellence. Thank you.
Thank you both for your candid and insightful sharing.
It is inspiring to hear from the principals and how both the centers and their teachers have worked hard to overcome challenges to improve centers' quality.
Just like Elizabeth's and Jasmine's center, the preschools present today have done well and attained Spark quality standards. Let's give another round of applause to all Spark certified centers. This morning, we celebrate the achievements of preschools that attained the quality standards for Spark certification between October 2021 and September 2022. These achievements would not have been made possible without strong commitment and painstaking efforts of our center leaders, teachers, and their HQ management. Of the 121 preschools, 82 centers have achieved Spark certification and 39 centers have achieved Spark certification commendation. May we invite our special guest, Ms. Gan Xiao Huang, Minister of State for Education and Manpower, and CE on stage for photo taking with the representatives of the certified centers. MOS and CE, please.
For this segment, we have 5 groups of recipients. In no order of merit, we present to you the first 16 centers who have attained Spark certification. Agape Childcare Chua Chu Kang Private Limited. Agape Childcare Jurong West Private Limited. Carpe Diem at the Stradia Pipe Private Limited. Eager Beaver Schoolhouse 2 Private Limited. Apricot Academy Laguna Private Limited. Chatsworth Preschool Private Limited 1A Edgware Road. SDM Childcare Center Private Limited Chua Chu Kang. Sunflower Preschool at Balestier Private Limited. Sunflower Preschool at Sembawang Private Limited. E-Bridge Preschool Private Limited 20 Sengkang Square. E-Bridge Preschool Private Limited 140 Corporation Drive. Just Kids at Tampines Private Limited. Learning Vision at Work Private Limited Ng Teng Fong General Hospital. Learning Vision at Work Private Limited Sengkang Community Hospital. Safari House Preschool Lakeside and Safari House Preschool Sengkang. We will now take a group photo. Thank you, recipients. MOS and CE, please remain on stage as we invite our next group of centers. Meanwhile, to our virtual supporters, do continue to show your support in the chat box or use the emojis.
Our next group of 16 centers are Little Footprints Preschool Private Limited, Sengkang 205. Little Footprints Preschool Private Limited, Tampines 460. Little Seeds Preschool, Ascension. Little Seeds Preschool, Capstone. Little Seeds Preschool Kiddie Ark, Little Seeds Preschool Bukit Batok East, Little Seeds Preschool Tampines, Little Shepherd Schoolhouse at Church of St. Francis of Assisi's Boon Lay, Little Shepherd Schoolhouse at St. Joseph's Church, Greenland Child Care Centre, Little Mighty Me Private Limited, Luther Preschool, Pets Schoolhouse Private Limited Katong, Pets Schoolhouse Private Limited West Coast, PCS Gimo Centre, Poso Preschool at Tampines Point Private Limited. We will now take a group photo. Thank you, recipients.
Our third group of 16 centers are Sherry Hearts at Charlton Private Limited, Child First, Nurture Stars Private Limited, Safra Yishun Country Club, SDM Mariah Preschool Greenwich Private Limited, School for Kids Center, Hougang Buangkok Square, the Little Schoolhouse International Private Limited at Ngee Ann Polytechnic, the Little Schoolhouse International Private Limited at Temasek Polytechnic, the Little Schoolhouse International Private Limited at Ministry of Education, the Little Schoolhouse International Private Limited at Tampines Junction, My First School, 51 Havelock Road, My First School, 66 Kalang Baru Road, My First School, 785E Woodlands Rise, My First School, 82 Circuit Road, My First School, Wisma Geylang Serai, MY World Preschool Limited, Marsiling Greenview, MY World Preschool Limited, Yishun Fern Grove. We will now take a group photo. Thank you, recipients.
Our fourth group of 16 centers from PCS Sparkletots Preschools are Admiralty Block 687B, Ang Mo Kio Aokang Block 632, Bradder Heights Block 246, Bukit Batok Block 178, Bukit Gombak Block 395A, Bukit Panjang Block 111, Bukit Panjang Block 226, Bukit Timah Block 12, Bukit Timah Block 319, Canberra Block 337, Changi Simei Block 233, Chong Pang Block 107, Chua Chu Kang Block 123, Fernville Block 469B, Hong Kong North Block 419, Kiat Hong Block 435, Kiat Hong Block 448, We will now take a group photo. you, recipients.
In the final group, we have 17 PCF Sparkletots preschools from Kabun Baru Block 180, Limbang Block 786, Moulmein Cane Hill Block 50, Nanyang Block 934, Nisun Central Block 737, Nisun East Block 357, Pasir Ris Central Block 426, Pasir Ris West Block 738, Punggol Coast Block 676B, Sengkang East Block 187B, Sengkang West Block 351, Tampines Changkat Block 106, Tanjung Pagar Tiong Bahru Block 1E, Toa Central Block 146A, Woodgrove Block 339, Woodlands Block 652, Woodlands Block 677. We will now take a group photo. Thank you, recipients.
We now present to you the 39 preschools that have achieved Spark Certification Commendation. These preschools have established strong processes in teaching and learning, which include a well-designed and integrated curriculum, as well as effective pedagogies to support their children's holistic development. For this segment, we will have 3 groups. They will bring their plaques on stage for photo taking. Their fellow educators have sent in a round of cheers. We will play their cheers video during the photo taking. In no order of merit, the first group of 11 centers given Spark Certification Commendation are Agape Little Uni at Gambas Private Limited, Learning Vision at Work Private Limited, Changi Business Park 2, Small Wonders Preschool, Tampines, Little Footprints Preschool Private Limited, Punggol 107. The Little Schoolhouse International Private Limited at OCBC Tampines. School for Kids Center, Sambawang, Canberra East Crown. School for Kids Center, Sambawang, Sunbreeze. School for Kids Center, Tampines Green Ridges. Sunflower Preschool at Bedok South Private Limited. Sunflower Preschool at Mindef Depot Private Limited. Sunflower Preschool at West Rock Private Limited. Thank you, recipients.
Our next group of 8 centers from my first school are from 2 Punggol Drive, 6 Sega Road, 63 Telok Blangah Heights, 187 Bedok North Street 4, 208 Chua Chu Kang Central, 235 Bukit Panjang Ring Road, 659 Punggol East, 6848 Chua Chu Kang Crescent. We will now take a group photo while we hear the cheers from the supporters.
Together we celebrate our achievements to raise our quality.
Thank you, recipients.
Our final group of 20 centers comprises preschool from PCS Sparkletots. They are from Admiralty, Block 581. Air Raja Gekpo, Block 48. Air Raja Gekpo, Block 748. Bukit Batok, Block 293. Cashew. Henderson Dawson, Block 59. Jurong Spring, Block 455. Kampong Glam, Block 462. Nisun South, Block 852. Nisun South, Block 875. Nisun South, Block 879. Punggol Shore, Block 171C. Sambawang West, Block 755. Sengkang Central, Block 208. Sengkang West, Block 330A. Tampines North, Block 492. Woodgrove, Block 302. Woodgrove, Block 571B. Yio Chu Kang, Block 644. Yuhua, Block 233. We will now take a group photo while we hear the cheers from their supporters.
Yeah! Yeah! We are the Sparkletots, Sparkletots.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all recipients for their achievements in Spark certification. Thank you, MOS and CE.
Yeah, I will give the kids one. Okay. And when Mrs. Rashida is going to then I will pass her one.
MOS will now take a leave. We would like to thank MOS for gracing the occasion.
Do keep your well wishes coming in on the congratulatory board.
It is time now for Lucky Draw. 50 lucky winners will each get to walk away $50 Grab e-vouchers. To participate, scan the QR code or access the Lucky Draw tab on the ECC 2022 website. Type your name, your answer to the quiz questions in the box in the following format: confirmation ID, space, your answer, then click Submit. You can retrieve your confirmation ID from your registration confirmation email. Are you all ready with your confirmation ID? Well, nobody seems to be interested in the lucky draw, Angela.
I know, $50 worth of Grab e-vouchers.
All right.
Get your confirmation ID ready now.
Okay. All right. Perhaps you were too excited just now, and let me just repeat the instructions so that you won't miss the chance to get your Grab e-vouchers, which will come in very useful. To participate, scan the QR code or access the Lucky Draw tab on the ECC 2022 website. Type your answer to the quiz questions in the box in the following format: confirmation ID, space, your answer, then click Submit. You can retrieve your confirmation ID from a registration confirmation email, as Angela has just mentioned. So are you all now ready for your confirmation ID? Yep, okay. Now the question is, what is the theme of the inaugural Early Childhood celebrations?
Well, I'm sure you would have seen this on the EDMs or as you walked into this hall.
Yes, and all the best to you in your submission.
Yinin, you know, another common feature of a good preschool is the close partnership with both families and the community.
Agree with you, Angela. Let's find out what Cora, Rian, and Zara have to say about this.
Hello. All right, children. I heard that you did something very exciting for SSDB this year. What did you do?
We did a charity walk.
A charity walk? Oh, what's that?
A charity walk is a walk that helps others.
Oh, I see. And what did you do on this charity walk? What did you do afterwards?
We walk.
You walked?
After the walk, the extra t-shirts, we will sell it. The rest of the money will go to charity.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. But hang on a second. Zara, who went with you on this walk?
My daddy, my sister, and my brother.
Oh, wait. Did your mommy go on the walk with you?
She went to work.
Is that true?
Yes, mommy had to work, right? But daddy was supposed to lead the warm-up, but the K2 decided to do it all by themselves.
That sounds fantastic. And of course, Rian, where did this walk take place?
It took place by East Coast Park.
East Coast Park? Is that near the beach?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That sounds like it was a lot of fun. And did you know that this year, 2022, is the year of SG families? So, Zara, Cora, and Rian, do you remember the 4 family values?
Love.
Oh, I can't hear that. Can you repeat it one more time?
Love. Care and concern. Commitment.
And?
Respect.
Fantastic. I hope that we will use these values every day and in every way. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
The traditional African proverb is true. It does take a village to raise a child. We're all on this mission together to nurture our young ones with healthy values and raise them as active members of society.
Now, let's welcome the children from the Children's Cove Preschool at Orange Grove.
do is to put your fists together. We're going to clench them and go step by step. Start with me, and at the end, can you raise your hands up high? Let's do it with the children. Children, are you ready? Yeah. I can't hear you. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, let's do it together. Everybody clench your fists.
Wow, what a delightful performance that was. Please give another round of applause to the children from the Children's Cove, Orange Grove, Little Schoolhouse International, Mountbatten, PCF Sparkletots, Jalan Kayu, and YWCA Badoo. They are just 4 of about 1,100 preschools that took part in the Start Small, Dream Big initiative, or SSDB, this year.
The SSDB movement was initiated in 2015 to celebrate SG50 and the 15th anniversary of the President's Challenge. It aimed to build an early childhood community that inculcates positive values in our children and encourage them to give back to society.
The movement was also to encourage partnerships among families, preschools, and the community.
Let's take a look at the highlights of this year's Start Small, Dream Big program. We are also honored to have President of Singapore, Madam Halimah Yacob, to address us and affirm the efforts of our preschools and partners in this video.
Hi everyone! There is a saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
With the support of our teachers, families, and the community, we can make our dreams a reality, no matter how big or small.
Together, we can soar to greater heights.
On our own, we may find it hard to go far. But when we combine our strengths, the possibilities are endless. This year's Start Small, Dream Big theme is Our Family, Our Community, in support of the year of celebrating SG families. Over 75,000 children from close to 1,100 preschools joined the Start Small, Dream Big movement this year. This marks a significant growth from Start Small, Dream Big's humble beginning of 150 preschools in 2015.
During the last 6 months, we took part in many meaningful activities.
Start Small, Dream Big allows our children to learn new perspective and teaches them to be kind, thoughtful, and grateful. Every little effort helps to build a more inclusive society, and I'm glad my children had the opportunity to do their part.
I think Start Small, Dream Big is a really good initiative where they get to inculcate values like kindness, like inclusiveness from young. It has been a really meaningful journey for the preschools, the children, and also for our members.
We wanted to inspire our little ones to show care, love, respect, kindness and appreciation to our grandparents and the elderly in the community. We were also very delighted to see these children being able to engage and participate in the activities together with the elderly.
看到小朋友真的很开心啦，对，我可以跟他们一起运动、互动，还有跟他们交谈。看到小朋友那个活动力更好。
How lovely! A small act of kindness can really make a big difference to those around us.
The children were very eager to take ownership of the project, and their families were extremely happy to partner us for the project activities. Through Start Small Dream Big project, children and parents inspire each other to show care and empathy to others in the community.
Next, we have a very special message from President Halimah Yacob.
I am happy that the President's Challenge Start Small, Dream Big movement has grown significantly over the years. This year's theme, Our Family, Our Community, is in support of our year of celebrating SG families. We want our children to embrace the family values of love, care and concern, commitment and respect. These values lay a strong foundation for them to appreciate the importance of family and to build a caring and inclusive community. Thank you, children. I am proud to see how you inspire those around you to do good. Special thanks to our teachers and community partners too for supporting our children in their meaningful causes. I encourage more to join the Start Small, Dream Big movement in the coming years because no one can do everything, but everyone can do something.
Thank you, Madam President. Isn't it wonderful how we can show love and appreciation in many ways to those around us? Yes, even a simple thank you can go a long way.
So here's a big thank you to our friends, teachers, families, and the community for all your support.
No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Join us in Start Small, Dream Big next year.
SSDB continues to be a huge success and would not be possible without the continued support of our partners.
They have been generous with their time, providing resources for our preschools, organizing programs and activities for children and their teachers, and collaborating with them on projects.
The SSDB projects fall under three main categories: caring for our family and friends, caring for our community, and caring for our environment, nature, and animals. To thank our partners, we would like to invite 2DS, MSF, and CE, ECDA, on stage to thank the partners. The partners under each category will bring their plugs up on stage for the group photo. Under the first category, caring for our family and friends, we have Agency for Integrated Care, Association for Early Childhood Educators Singapore, Center for Fathering Limited, Families for Life, Playum Limited, and Preschool Market. We will now take a group photo.
For the next category, caring for our community, we have Community Chest. Down Syndrome Association Singapore. Little Lives Inc. Private Limited. Ministry of Defense Nexus. National Library Board. President's Challenge. SG Cares, Ministry of Culture, Community and Youth. We will now take a group photo.
In the same category, caring for our community, we have Singapore Art Museum, Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre, Singapore Discovery Centre, Singapore Food Agency, Singapore Kindness Movement, and Singapore Red Cross. We will now take a group photo.
For the final category, caring for our environment, nature and animals, we have Gardens by the Bay, Mandai Wildlife Group, National Environment Agency, National Parks Board, Public Utilities Board, Sentosa Development Corporation, Sea Aquarium Resorts World Sentosa. We will now take a group photo.
We now invite all partners to step forward for a group photo, as well as the children from the Children's Cove to join us on stage for the photo.
Please give another round of applause to all our SSDB preschools, parents and partners. Thank you to DS and CE.
We will now move on to the final segment, which is the pledge. Ladies and gentlemen, coming together to celebrate highlights the importance of having a shared vision. It gives us a sense of purpose and anchors our goals, values, and practices.
It is befitting to underline this morning's celebrations by reiterating our commitment to give every child a good start in the form of a pledge. We hope that the pledge will refresh everyone's commitment to this meaningful profession.
We would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Lavina Chong for the draft pledge, Ms. Ava Wang, Dr. Jacqueline Chung, Ms. Pushpa Vali, and Ms. Sri Rahayu for their contributions. Representing the EC fraternity are reps from the ECDA Awards, Spark Ceremony, and SSDB.
Ladies and gentlemen, and our online audience, let us all stand and take the pledge together.
We, in the Early Childhood Fraternity, pledge to respect every child's uniqueness and embrace diversity, to provide joyful early childhood learning experiences for all children, to take pride in our profession as we learn and grow, and to build strong and committed partnerships with families and the community. Unified in this mission, we will work together to ensure every child has a good start in life. Thank you, everyone. Let's give ourselves a resounding applause for the unwavering voice of commitment to give every child a good start.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the final segment of our event. We hope that this morning's event has given you renewed energy to continue your good work in the sector. To symbolize our desire to soar in the EC journey, we will have an activity that all of us can do together, online and in the hall. Shall we all soar together?
Can't hear them. Shall we all soar together?
You can use your mobile phones to scan the QR codes or go to the URL shown on the screen. Select an icon and keep clicking to launch the rocket. The more you click, the higher the rocket will soar.
Let's go, come on. Keep clicking the icon.
Clicking. Let's soar together.
Work harder. Get the rocket to soar. Come on. Get the fingers working.
Faster. Click faster.
Let's affirm commitment to our vision. Oh, you can do better than that. Come on.
Come
ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our celebrations, and we hope it will leave you with a delightful and memorable experience.
Once again, our heartiest congratulations to all our award recipients, Spark certificate recipients, and the SSDB centers and partners.
Our thanks to the children for participating in this celebration and their teachers for the support. And to all of you here and our online audience, you've been a fantastic audience.
For those who took part in the lucky draw earlier, look out for the list of winners on Beanstalk Singapore Facebook and Instagram on 7th November. ECDA will also notify the winners. Finally, your feedback is important to us. Before you leave, please scan the QR code or go to the website shown on the screen to give us your feedback. Thank you.
Goodbye, and have a great weekend.
Week ahead.